turned it off, it looks like. Oh. How's everybody doing?
One second.
I'm grabbing my notebook.
Notebook grabbing. Anybody who's not leaving, how are you doing?
There we go. Camera's back.
Pretty okay.
I'm missing an Oz. Oz, we don't get to see your pretty face.
Not a good setup today.
Dig it.
So I heard 1 okay, I think. I don't know how everybody's doing. Sounds about right.
Yep.
1 okay, 5 non-responses. Or 4 non-responses.
I'm doing well.
Quarantine, so
Right?
Son of a
I'm
bitch, the
taking
camera
it
just went
one-
off again.
I'm taking it one game at a time.
what, this quarantine?
Yeah,
Dude,
Yeah, what game are you playing?
it's been a lot of Siege.
I thought about getting that game. Is it like worth it to start from like the beginning or?
I really enjoy the gameplay and the tactics and the maps and the gunplay, but the player base is kind of toxic,
Okay.
so I can't wholeheartedly recommend it, and it is run by Ubisoft.
Oh, so there's always server issues.
Is that a thing with Ubisoft?
Well, they had like
Kinda
the
thing.
they had like the free to play weekend the other like I
Yeah.
don't know how long ago it was, and I almost played it.
Like, it falls into that category of do not play it by yourself.
Okay, so definitely not for me.
But like, if you can get one other person, like me,
I don't know. I think I'll just keep grinding on Destiny then.
I personally took a step back and started to play a old school RPG on my PS1, so
What are you playing?
Azure Dreams.
Feel like I've heard that name before, but definitely never played it.
It's a old school rogue dungeon crawler with like Monster Collection-esque aspects.
Alright.
That's the best way I could describe it. And it's like, before dating sims were a genre, it was a dating sim.
So there's some interaction between characters.
Yeah, like there's
Do
a
they
total,
get
like,
married?
10. No, they just kind of woo over you. Like, there's 10 girls that just absolutely woo over you and fall madly in love with you and give you presents. So that's nice.
So it's a harem JRPG.
Oh yeah, totally a harem JRPG, and I love every aspect of it. Because I'm a horrible fangirl like that.
This doesn't sound bad. Is that on PC?
It's
Glad you're
on
enjoying it.
PS1.
PS1.
Yeah. So.
Well, I don't have a PS1 anymore, so.
I've just been doing Warzone with the boys, and I almost started playing Heroes because Dylan said, "Hey, play Heroes with me." Downloaded it again, and then he was like, "Oh, we're online at different times," and so I never actually. And so I played like one round of it to be like, "Oh yeah, this game, I gotta remember how to build my skill trees out for certain characters. I forgot all of this," and then I just played more Warzone with the guys again. I really like being able to just pick up a game and do it for a certain period of time and put it down. Just be like, no, I'm good. Don't need to keep going. Come back to it maybe for 15 minutes once.
I mean, honestly,
why.
that's what I do with Destiny. I just play a bunch of strikes. I tried a Gambit for the first time. That sucked. I did not like it.
Well,
Really?
It was really chaotic. I did not know where to go.
Okay,
Like,
well, yeah. If you don't know what
you-
you're doing, then where to go.
I mean, I got the things I needed, but I didn't know where to put them. So I was just, I'll let everybody else get it. I'll just kill people and they could pick it up.
Yeah, it's easier if you do it with somebody for the first time.
To explain the chaos.
Yeah. No, I'm
that's
good
what
at
I'm
it.
saying. There's now a lot of games like that that depend on shared knowledge.
Yes.
All right. I didn't pick up Animal Crossing again at all this week. Not a
Yeah,
single
I've
day.
neglected
Oh man,
my town.
I've got like a sweet Japanese style village going on, and I've got like I have the full amount of villagers, and I'm about to upgrade my shop. It's pretty fucking dope.
So my cherry blossom fest event craft item was a cherry blossom pond, and it's very like it looks like the
What?
natural bath, but it has like petals floating in it.
That's fucking sweet. I want that.
Uh,
I have like an
I'll
entire
log in.
Japanese bamboo garden that I could put that
I'll-
in. It would be dope.
I'll log in and see how many blossom petals it costs, and if you have any left over, just send them my way.
I have 20.
Okay, yeah, that's enough to get like 2 or 3 of them at least.
Yeah, I would like
I
to get
also
one
have a
for me and
Japanese
Robin.
stick set as well I could craft.
That'd
And
be
those
cool.
cost cherry blossom petals as well, so.
Yeah, I didn't get any. All I got was fucking Bunny Day shit.
Oh, I got all the Bunny Day stuff. It's ridiculous, but I got
Yeah.
cherry blossoms as well. I got 2, so that was awesome. Anywho, D&D time, guys.
Yeah, that's all right. We haven't seen each other in a week. It's totally cool to chat. But yeah, so we all are here, although we're not sure about Latest and Oz because we can't see them.
Yeah, my camera's malfunctioning. I'm gonna have to. I don't know what I'm gonna
Worry
have to
about
do.
it later or something.
Yeah,
Do we
That
have
stinks.
to stop
Plug it,
and
unplug it
chat
back
for a
in again?
second
I tried
and-
that.
Yeah. So it's just turning itself off.
Yeah, just keeps turning itself off. It's off right now.
Have you tried
Weird.
hitting it?
Here.
Yeah. Smack it a
Click
little.
it.
Bad camera.
Cut the cord. Teach it a lesson.
Actually, you know what? If someone wants to do the recap while they're doing that, I can just try to get my other camera working.
Sure, give it a shot.
All right.
I don't remember a recap. I just remember we are starting at the cave.
Let's see. What was the last time we played? 413, right? No. Yes. Right.
A
I have
week
a-
ago today. So yes.
Okay. I have a bunch of notes. If you want me to just do it.
Sure.
Back in Phandalin, dropped our stuff off at Barthen's. Azita and Novak are going to go get stuff back from the kids. Godwald went to his mom's. Jerk went to see his, in quotation marks, girlfriend. I'm going to talk to Darren.
Not want to talk to.
Yeah. I'm going to talk to Darren Edermath about the letter I sent him. Want to go talk to Roshi. Talk to Darren about the dowsing rod and the giant attacks that seem to be growing in number. He is going to see if Drothra can possibly ship the dowsing rod to Phandalin, then out west to check other cities for pieces of the construct. Told Darren about the information that Zephyros told us. He's going to send word to Neverwinter and back to Drothra. Told us about a group called Force Grey, who has a giant in their party named Harshnag the Grim, who is a legendary giant who has fought on the side of humans. He would have felt the ordning breaking. He would have more information on this. He's in Waterdeep. Explained that the giants seem to be ignoring all small folk and just interested in getting pieces of the construct. They're conscripting orcs and other creatures. Took Mounts out to Herta Roshi's cabin. Talked to him about Pubert and my pipe. Found him in his boat floating 10 feet in the air. He brings us up magically, putting Groucho glasses on our face, but the noses are dicks. He told us to seek out Laurel Silverhand in Waterdeep, who helped with Pubert before and could possibly help now. Waterdeep is a seat of power in the Sword Coast. This is where all leaders meet. Laurel Silverhand is the Open Lord. There's a Masked Lord. The Open Lord is above all lords, all the lords from other cities. Man, I have a fuck ton of notes. Recommends that if we are headed to the west, Zolrendar would be able to help with Pubert and the pipe. this person is in Silvery Moon. He's a college professor in Silvery Moon, a friend of Herta Roshi's. Asked him about the pipe, Mormask. Asked him about what could turn him into it. He basically explained that Mormask was a necromancer and that we would need a necromancer to figure out what spell was used on the pipe. I did also put together that I may be able to use reincarnate on the guy's soul in the pipe to bring him back as something else. I also talked to him about the giants, that in the giant info with Sephiroth, so he's now floating 500 feet above Phandalin to protect it. Jerk tells us about Sparkle Gem, who's in Everland. There's also a dwarf with 5k on his head up north named Weevil at Xantharl's Keep, and the doppelganger in Yartar. We've decided to finish the mine. We've gone there with Oriana and her party. We are heading there to try to blah blah blah. Well, we went off to go catch up with them. Sold our wagon for 12 gold, and then headed out with a covered cart. Toblin at the inn told us to check for Arena at the Sleeping Giant and the Miners Exchange. So we met up with the Rockseeker brothers, met their aunt. I think we kind of rearranged the... If we go and help the Wandering Promises, we get 25% of the profits of the mine. We're gonna share this with Azita and Novak. They're all about to head to the Miners Exchange. We toast and head to the Miners Exchange. It's about 1 p.m. Spent 500 on the bracelet, and that was just like the items that we bought at the Miners Exchange. So that's where we're at.
Nice notes. And
Sorry.
thank you for keeping such good notes. And I know like 7 days feels like 14 days with quarantine, so it's very appreciative to have that look back to you. Refresh your sheet. You should have some inspiration token.
Thank you. Sweet.
Yeah, no camera today.
Set deals. Okay, where's my notes on Cardi McCart face? So that was the big cart, the nice cart. That Sparkle Gem was nice enough to leave with the party. Here it is. So quickly, do we want to discuss the inventory that Hubert left behind on it?
What did he leave?
A 2-person tent and a blanket.
I just leave that on there.
Okay. Sparks left a lot of crap on there.
+1 giant head skull now. Toothless skull. Alright.
And 5
Well,
fire
yeah.
giant ribs.
Yeah. Alright. Well, so the party finds themselves having exited Phandalin with the wooden flying ship of the Dick Wizard flying above Phandalin in an effort to keep an eye out for trouble and protect the town where he can. No longer content to be in his spot in the hills overlooking Phandalin. And so as you guys exit out of the way, you are both in your 2 carts. It takes about, I think we figured it out, it was about a day and a half to travel from Phandalin up into the hills and into the mountain eventually. The Wandering Promises are escorting the Rockseekers with them in their cart. Their cart's large, fancy, lots of room for the travelers to be sitting inside. And you guys are traveling in yours with your mounts. I think I figured this out a minute ago. I want to be sure. You guys had a horse drawing wagon from Tribor. When you came back, you from Tribor, you picked up your cart, which had Pamela carrying it. I think one of the horses died from that before, so it was Pamela and Lewis. Lewis was the ostrichy mount. Ostrich, the, oh, the armored bird. Hey, look, it's Letus.
Keep
You
it up
fixed it.
and keep it up and going as long as I can, but it'll probably cut out again in like 2 minutes.
Well, that's good. It's good to see you, buddy. And then you had Novak and Zeta were riding on their own. So I'm assuming that Godwald's riding Lewis,
That negotiation seemed to work, so yes.
right? Taliesin and Jerk are on the cart.
Yeah.
With Pamela and the unnamed horse pulling the cart, and then Azita and Novak off in their mounts off the side.
How many days of feed we gotta give each like in total for the animals?
Well, you've got 5 mounts total,
Okay.
so it's about a day and a half's travel. So if you mark off 2 days, you could have fed them twice,
Okay.
and they're fed for the day then.
Okay. I took that out of what was already stored on the cart then. 'Cause
On
there's
your
2 days left.
on your travels up there through into the hills, exiting the area outside Phandalin, the trees kind of give way to more rocky hills. As you're going through it, doing, give me a survival or perception checks from whoever is leading the cart, and maybe would have set up camp. So over the course of those days. And actually here, I will bring you back to not the logo map, but instead our handy dandy overworld map. Even though we're, so actually, you know what, the other one would be better. Your Sword Coast map. So yeah, so whoever's leading up in the cart, whoever's up, if the cart is up front, or Novak or Azita, you're up front with your horses riding, or Godwald, whoever's there, and then maybe whoever would have set up the camp, survival check. So you kind of have your first day of travel. Your first day of travel is relatively, uneventful. There's a couple of forest animals that you might catch wind of, but really, as the trees give way, fewer animals and beasts, and trees, and the sights of some other things flying overhead.
I'll do survival. I feel like I usually set up the camp. And of course I roll a 5.
Right.
Okay.
Can I offer help?
They kind of did that, kind of, sort of. I mean, you could say it for the setting up the camp, sure.
What do I roll for that?
I feel like usually with something like this, it just takes me a little bit longer than normal,
Yeah.
or something like that. That's like usually the
Yeah,
scenario.
there's plenty of time. But basically, between the first night when you guys set up camp, as it starts to get a bit colder, you're farther away from the Neverwinter woods, so really, as the trees give you're way, feeling a bit more of the end of winter and the early spring as night comes. So you're building a big fire, but sitting up and looking around your campsite. Taliesin, you guys noticed some. You noticed some of the trees they're there broken down. Looks like maybe by something that was a fairly large creature. Looks like it maybe had been through the area and climbed up the trees, like kind of after something else. There's not a lot of signs of kind of what it was. But on the second day's travel, as you're coming up towards the caves, Azita, leading the caravan at this point, up front, does catch a glimpse of what seems like a very large bear kind of disappear off over one of the hills. You guys think that perhaps that creature off in that distance seems like a above average sized bear. And you eventually reach the point to, the discussions of the camp, nothing particularly fancy, kind of discussing plans for what you're going to do when you get to the cave. The Wandering Promises are going to guard the camp, and the Rock Seekers, while they let you guys, while Sparkle Motion goes into the cave to do their task to clear things out. As the day continues on, and Azita catches a glimpse of a bear off in the distance over a horizon, you guys do eventually get to that point where wagons can no longer really continue approaching in this area. It's too steep, too many rocks, and you're faced with a choice as to whether or not to break here and make camp, leave the mounts, or take them and ride them further on up towards Wayback Cave to complete the last leg of your journey. Oh, and we're in the trees.
So what do we want to do? I'm down for either or.
Wait, we like rested at camp, right?
Yeah, so
Okay.
everybody should have been able to hit the long rest button on their character sheet. Make sure that you've got your spell
I'm
slots and
just
everything
checking
available.
my spells.
And I also want to mention that any of those items that you may have picked up in Phandalin, things that you went back there to get, make sure that you equip them and attune them if they're magical and require attunement. Otherwise, the spells don't show up in your list, stuff like that. So just keep it in mind. But yeah, you guys are kind of reaching the point, and you hear from the back a shout from Sturm, Brightblade, human fighter riding his own horse mount, comes up ahead and says, it's like, seems like the animals can't, the carts won't make it much farther. Do you have an idea of where we could set up camp?
Didn't we set up? Well, remember 3 years ago when we set up camp outside the cave? Where was that?
About a mile away from the cave? Mile and a half?
Yeah, about a mile.
My first instinct would be to travel that far and make camp there.
Sturm sounds like a fine suggestion, and their group will continue to follow you guys to the previous location where you had found the remnants of a few trees in order to tie up the horses. Although people are here now, so being able to keep the animals tended while they're guarding your camp, you feel pretty good that this group will do a fine job at that. As you guys kind of move along throughout the day, the sun's starting to approach a high noon, and as you come up, you find the location that you had set up a sort of base of operations before.
I need to feed my sword.
Oh yeah,
it
one
doesn't-
for yesterday and one for today.
Yeah, so it doesn't hit me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How are those whiskers doing?
It's a morning ritual. I feed my sword and shave my whiskers after it's fed.
Got it.
Did we determine how many fire giant teeth I got out of the one skull?
We rolled a
I don't
D8, I
we
think.
ever did roll it though.
You got 4.
Okay.
Did you give them to Jerk? Is that why he knows?
Yeah, I totally gave them all to Jerk. So.
All right. Yeah. So
That way he has 4 more days to keep the tooth happy.
it's a bit of a clearing up on on the edge of a hill. It's got some decent vantage points, looking out over into the into the sort of mountainous region before, and there is a bit of an area where you recognize your kind of footpath from before. It seems plausible to be able to ride your mounts this way, but this is kind of the decision you're faced with as they continue going up. Gershom, the aunt of the Rockseeker brothers, comes up to Godwald and recognizing the man of faith that you are, and the stories that have come through from the Rockseeker brothers about everyone there. She comes up and she asks you if when you go and enter into the cave, if you can, bring the bones or the remains of their dead brother out with you. If you find them there still, they'd be extremely appreciative, so that they could give him a proper burial.
Certainly, this sounds like a reasonable request.
She thanks you and says, she recognizes. She's like, I'm sure Bahamut is with you, but I hope Lathander is with you as well. Which might strike you as odd, considering she's a dwarf, not a common god of many dwarves, but it is the deity of the land. Clarenden's messing about in the caravan. He hasn't exited in the last day or so. Kind of crazy old wizard man. Sturm puts in the most effort into getting the camp set up, and he's doing all the legwork. He's getting things, the horses tied up, unmounting things, setting up, going off saying, oh, he's going to go try and search a little farther with Salem to maybe find firewood or something else they could use to stay warm as the evening comes.
At some point, I'd like to quietly talk to Novak about how the crazy wizard, he's like us. He's also has demon blood.
He's a half tiefling.
Are you talking about the crazy dick wizard?
No, this is the crazy wizard who gave me an eye.
Oh, that one.
And took yours.
Yeah, I'd say I saw like he's got my eye, but I've got an eye that can actually see through physical deception from demons.
And you can take it out and look through it.
Which I'm never going to do, because I'll lose it.
Because I'll lose it. It's hilarious. Yeah. Oriana starts, so she starts preparing something that sets up, like, might be a semblance of some kind of ritual as they're going through. And the Rockseeker brothers generally are kind of coming out, waiting. You see them looking over a map that they had kind of scribbled out of the cave, and talking about different places, like locations and veins that they might be able to continue mining through. And they're discussing with Oriana what she might be able to do to, or I should say Gershom, the aunt, and Oriana are discussing what they might be able to do to clear the necrotic aura out of the mine. But yeah. Set and ready.
Are we heading in?
I'm ready.
I'm
What do
also
you-
ready.
I know Azita and Novak have not been in here, but do you guys remember anything from the last time we were in here?
I remember those little blood suckers that come from the ceiling. They're flying around. So if you see any motion above, make sure you take it out quickly. If you come across any mushroom people, all they want to do is be friends. They're super nice, but they do have powers. Like they will infect you. So look out for the big balloon sacks. There is a guard when you get to the forge. It is a spectator. Is that what they're called? It's got some kind of watcher.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's one of my favorite beings in this place, but we're probably gonna have to kill him. And there's a fireball shooting skull. Singed all of us. And then there was last time we were here, there was just some zombies, but they're probably all gone now.
Well, there was also, or if you remember, on our way out,
Oh shit!
there were some. I don't know if the big beast that the black spider had, if those would still be here. They seemed more scared of us than anything, but there were some sort of grates that led further down into the earth, and there was some sort of goo that was coming out of it.
It was
moving
yeah.
around.
It was corrosive too, so it was yeah. So we need to
Orange
watch out for
juice?
that.
What about orange juice?
Yeah,
That's a,
I said orange ooze, but he thought I said orange juice.
okay, yeah.
I
Other
would,
than
Maybe try drinking it through a straw, see what happens.
well,
that-
you guys.
Oh, and the dinosaurs. We didn't kill the dinosaurs. We just
well,
let
that's
them
what
go.
I was saying. I
Yeah.
don't.
The pets.
Those were the black spider's pets. I don't know if they have been cleared out of here. They didn't seem. It was more that the mother was trying to protect its baby and wasn't actually trying to be aggressive with us. It was just wanting us to stay away from it. So I don't know if they're still here, and if they are, how we want to handle that.
The only question Novak would have would be: are the mushroom people like aggressive, or they kind of just stay out of the way?
No, they
They're
want to hug you.
they're aggressively friendly.
Yes,
I don't like that.
they will. They can hurt you, but they're not attempting to.
They mostly kept to themselves.
They kind of just want to be your friend, but there's a bunch of poison spores sacs around them that you can't run through their area. As long as we walk slowly and just kind of wave to them, they are usually fine and are friendly, and we won't burst any of the poison.
I think they were able to heal us at one point too.
We healed them because I believe Godwald cut one of their head off. Their heads off.
Something like that.
But yeah, I
but-
remember running back there when I was in trouble, and they helped me somehow.
They did. I think they slowed down or stopped something that was attacking us.
I don't know. I really liked them. They were simple, and they spoke in your head, which was kind of cool.
But
But
they just want to be friends.
yeah,
Well,
they were very
if-
encouraging.
If we are heading in, Godwald, come here a moment, and I want to just kind of tap him on the forehead and cast Dark Vision. You're the only one left that can't see in the dark, and what?
I don't know if Azita has dark vision.
Do you not?
Don't believe so.
I do not have dark vision.
Okay. I guess I can spend 2 spell slots on that. I will also tap you and do Dark Vision. Now you both can see in the dark for 8 hours.
Woo!
At least that way we won't have to carry a torch and we won't give ourselves away.
Well, all right. So you guys start you're preparing some spells as you're going out there. Still faced with that choice about whether or not you ride your mounts the last mile, try and take them inside, or find another
I feel
location
like
outside
these
the
guys
camp.
will watch them competently, correct?
Yeah, I think they'll be fine.
They seem
Yeah,
very
leave them with
capable.
the cart.
Okay. All right. So then you guys are setting out on foot the last mile or so.
Mhm.
As you are doing that, what is the marching order?
Azita's not very perceptive, so she'll go second.
I guess I'll be in front.
I'll put Novak towards the back.
Yeah, Jerk's towards the back as well.
Then I'm in the middle.
Taliesin, what do your elven eyes see?
All right. So Talison's up front,
Yeah.
and gives me. That's okay. Just doing some stuff real quick. Talison's up front. Who was behind Taliesin with
Zeta?
Godwald in the middle? Zeta's behind Taliesin. Novak's bringing up the rear. All right.
Yeah.
All right. You guys leave Lewis, Camilla, and Nameless Horse 1, 2, and 3 back at the camp along with the Wandering Promises. You guys, as you continue on, you're starting your march. Taliesin, what do your elven senses tell you?
Oh my gosh.
I had 14.
As you're coming along the path a bit farther, off in the distance, you notice a black bear kind of scurry on a little farther down the mountain away from the path that you guys are walking along. It seems to have noticed you and giving a bit of space.
This isn't. Well, I didn't see the other bear, so I wouldn't know. Okay. Would I think anything strange of this, or is just a black bear trying to stay away from us, which is not unlike what a black bear would do?
Yeah, seems to be the case. Seems like a normal occurrence creature. It's a beast. It didn't look. It's a pretty good roll. You caught a decent glimpse of it. Looks like an average, regular bear. Nothing weird growing out of it or missized or anything like that.
Okay.
Other than that, a few eagles and things as you approach. But sorry, this is my last. So as you guys are coming up the way, I've kind of extended this map out based on your perception roll. But as you come up this direction, all right, this is not the thing. I'm just moving farther down. As you guys come up this way, Taliesin, as you come up to the approach, the entrance of the cave, you catch a glimpse of a sleeping owlbear outside the entrance there, and if you crept a little bit farther ahead, you managed to get a line of sight on one other sleeping owlbear outside the cave.
I thought people had been going to and from this cave. These two owl bears. Now, is it dark out right now? Are we in at nighttime?
No, it's about it's a little past noon, so the sun was up high when It was approaching noon when you guys set up your camp. After about the hour or so it took to set everything up down there.
Okay. Well, I would probably I would stop the party. Just like there's owlbears. There's sleep. I don't know
A little more brush this way.
how we could possibly sneak past them. We're not. Some of you aren't the most inconspicuous. What do we want to do?
And he stuck you in?
Do I notice that giant hole?
A water?
Yeah. Is there a way to get in through that?
Okay, let's go into this way.
You guys catch, I mean, from where you're at, how much you can tell.
Do you want to sneak up there and take a look?
Yeah, I see we
Yeah,
go
I'll
about
sneak up
60
there
feet
and
up.
take a look.
Oof. Oh, that's you. Okay, that's not. I thought that was Jerk's roll.
So I'm gonna try to stealthily get up there and take a look. Why did I roll 2? Oh, that was why did I roll 2?
Well, the first
I
one
know.
was a 13.
You're
Yeah, 13
yeah.
plus 12,
12 is your modifier for stealth. Jesus.
That's insane.
so
ridiculous.
25. 25.
Yeah. As you show me how far you're moving up here.
Where am I? There I am.
We're on that.
I'm gonna go up to like the edge, and I'm just gonna kind of look around and see what I can. See if it looks like
As-
it goes into the larger cave.
As you approach from around a corner, a seemingly sleepy-eyed owlbear makes his way walking across and out, and with its back turned to you, goes and enters into the cave. The other two still seem to be asleep.
Well, I'm gonna go back to the party, and I'm gonna report that there is another owlbear that went inside, and that kind of leads me to believe there's a nest of owlbears at this entrance.
So I say we go and kill him.
All right. Well,
I mean, it is what we're being paid for.
I suppose. I guess I just have somewhat of a problem with just killing animals that are just trying to be. But
You would know that owlbears are a monstrosity and
no,
not,
that's true.
not an animal or a beast.
Yeah,
They're been
they're like created, right?
probably created by some wizard long ago, an unnatural occurrence.
Let's fuck them
originally.
up. Those two are asleep, so they
So we
should be
get
easy.
advantage on them, right? If we attack them now.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. In
Let me get the first strike on one. Can I use my stealth roll from earlier, or do I have to roll again?
That's your stealth roll for now.
Okay.
um,
When I stay far enough back so you don't wake them up, and then when I make this first hit, I'm gonna need help instantly. But I'll be able to mess them up pretty good.
be my guest.
Okay.
Well, I say wait until at least me as a melee character could get a little closer before you piss them off.
I'm gonna remind you that I can probably take away like half of his health in one turn.
I mean, that's fine. I'm like not saying let me get close, but like right around here.
What's
So
your?
we could deal with the lashback.
Okay.
All right, so you're trying to, Azita, you're trying to get that far up without making much noise or disturbing anyone.
Yes.
So go ahead and give me your. You have disadvantage in a stealth roll for your armor.
I don't have armor.
Yeah, barbarian.
Ah.
I'm actually
I'm
gonna
good.
just follow her up here and
All right, so then just a regular stealth roll.
see
I'm
how
not
she
really
does.
naked. I have a loincloth, that's about it. Ooh, I got an 8.
Oh.
In that moment, as you approach up to the rock side, you notice the rocks scattered everywhere. And as you kind of go to lean up against the wall to get a peek around, it actually causes loose rock to fall. And what is it?
Wake them up.
One of
Initiative.
them seems to stir. So
I kind of whisper loud enough for her to hear me and be like, "This is what I meant by some of us aren't as inconspicuous."
that's what I meant.
And
All right,
then
everybody.
over her head, she's
Roll for initiative.
She even looks at you and she's like, inconspicuous?
Context clues. Eyes forward.
All right, everybody's gonna have to roll me initiative.
All right.
And I think I've given up on keeping the modifiers, so when you tell me, I want to know what the actual number is.
Oh, okay.
Is that everybody?
Yeah, but-
1, 2, 3,
Five.
4, 5.
Okay. All right, Jerk. What's the total roll?
10.
All right. And Taliesin.
18.
Godwald.
15.
Thank you. Novak.
17.
17. Nice. And Azita.
5.
5.
The dice hate me today.
Today is not the day. Oh wait, that was your total? I do still. Sorry, I copied my old. Okay, I copied my old spreadsheet and it's gonna. I guess I could just sort by this column instead. It worked! Alright. So, top of the order, Taliesin whispers to Zeta, "This is what I meant by some of us aren't inconspicuous." And he goes first.
Okay, I'm trying to remember what I can. Level 4. Because I think I can wild shape into. It's probably going to be the only thing. I don't want to burn a ton of spells right now.
Do you reload on short rest?
I can do something that is half challenge rating. I'm going to wild shape into an ape.
Ape. I'm sure I have an ape. I know I have an ape because we've done
I've
this.
been one before, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
And it's just a regular sized creature, right?
let's see here.
It's not large.
Ape. The ape is a medium beast.
Alright.
And
Wild shaped into an ape.
yeah, and then I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I've already used my action to transform, so I'm not going to. I'm just gonna stand there like, like just like ready to go. I don't think I can Yeah, I can't do that. It's an action. Okay, yeah, so that's it. I'm just huffing and puffing.
All right. Next up is Novak, and it'll be followed by Godwald.
Oh, I'm still like way the fuck away.
That is true. You did not move up any closer earlier.
So
You're like a bow fighter, though, right?
yeah,
You can
I just
probably
need to
shoot
get-
pretty far.
I just need to get a little bit closer.
Just need to get in line of sight of Rowan.
See if you can get the sleepy one because I think you'll still have advantage, which enables sneak attack.
I think because he's prone, technically, she would get disadvantage for the one range.
Well, regardless, I'm moving forward. And then if I use my heavy crossbow, I have a range of 100, so. Which they're still out of range.
Sure.
Yeah,
This
it's
should
still.
be a min and max range of max 120.
Well, the heavy crossbow is a range of 100. Or it's 100 and 400 feet.
Yeah, so you'd be fine right there.
Okay. Sorry, I'm still like new to these weapons.
Yeah, no, so what it means that 100 to 400 means from 100 to 400 feet you would have disadvantage, and then outside of 400 feet it's impossible. You also, if somebody's right up against you, you have a disadvantage if they're 5 feet and you're trying to do a range attack against them.
Okay, so then would it be a standard roll 20 to try to shoot?
How far?
Yeah.
105 feet.
Yeah.
So this is the one that stirred and woke up, and you can see it kind of like raising its head up with the sound of the noise. The other one's head still down.
I would like to attack the one that's starting to wake up.
Okay.
So we got. Sorry, it wasn't doing it for a second. The first one is 7.
7 would miss.
And we'll just use this second one as a 3. Sorry, roll 20 frozen.
All right. Yeah, both those shots miss, shoo, thunk, thunk, and kind of like plink off the stone behind the creature.
Yeah, that ends my turn.
Okay. Then next is Godwald, and then Jerky, the next player character.
Okay, I'll make a 30-foot move to here. And for my action, I'd like to cast Bless at 2nd level.
Okay.
Start targeting the 4 party members within 30 feet of me.
Okay. Tell everybody what Bless does.
There, roll a d4,
Nice.
and I put this over here as a reminder.
Okay.
That whenever you guys do anything for the next 10 rounds, I can tell you to add a d4.
Yeah, sweet.
Does not apply to grappling.
So Novak, your next attacks, you roll an attack or saving throw, you can add a d4 onto the d20.
Snake
is-
gun. Snake gun.
Okay, you said up to 3 people. So in theory.
I'm spending a second level slot.
Oh, second level. So yeah.
Did
all
she
four.
fire the snake gun, or was that just her crossbow? I thought she said.
She said it was heavy crossbow.
Heavy
Okay, I thought so.
I think she forgot about her snake gun.
How do you forget about snake gun?
Well, I
Alright.
just said no.
Yeah,
The range
that's
for the
level
snake gun is
spell.
30 to 90. So
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
that makes sense.
Gotcha.
And that's my movement. I have
Good
no
choice.
bonus action. I pass.
All right. Owlbear. One of them remains asleep. The other one that was stirring and just had 2 arrows land around it and nearby. And wait a minute, you made 1 shot. It was prone. That would have been disadvantage. Your next shot also would have disadvantage, but you would still have a chance. Because it was
She
prone.
made 2 shots.
Yeah, she made 2 shots, but she's rolling with disadvantage. That's 1 shot worth of
Oh
rolls.
yeah, okay.
But she was going after the one that was up, so the one that was up, she wouldn't have disadvantage.
It was still laying
What was
down,
It was still down. Yep.
Oh, okay.
so she can roll again.
Wait.
All
Yeah,
that it
roll.
done when the noise was made is that the owlbear stirred, opened its eyes. We rolled initiative because this is now time sensitive. So what I'm telling you, Novak, is roll me 2 d20
okay.
for your second shot on your crossbow because we missed it. And then I'm gonna get to my owlbears. It's their turns next.
Well, the first
nice.
one's a 20, and then the second one's a 14.
So with disadvantage, a 14 does connect. So a heavy crossbow bolt would go into the body of the bear.
Bear body.
Owlbear body.
Is it surprised?
Feathery thing. Not that one. To roll damage with a crossbow bolt. Sorry, did I not say that out loud? Was that only in my head? That's not smart.
Sorry. I got to look at the 1d10 plus 2, so.
Mhm.
My roll 20 is being really slow. So that'd be 3.
What's the total?
3.
Wraps it. Ah! Bear yells out. Owlbears turns the first one, then uses half of its movement to stand. And seeing it, getting struck with the crossbow bolt, it roars out. Let's it move? 20 feet. And it comes over this way across the ledge. This wakes up the sleeping owlbear on their turn, and they stand, looking around for danger. And one that was in the cave comes charging out on its turn. And then it's Jerk's turn, followed by Azita.
All right, I'm gonna take a shot at this owlbear here with my heavy crossbow.
All right.
I'm just messing all kinds of stuff up over here. Plus Okay. 15.
All right. 15 hits.
Oh no, 1d 10 plus 4. Six damage.
Ah! Grumpy owlbear. Comes charging out of the cave, hearing the its brother, and just gets a heavy crossbow bolt to the bulk of its body.
Okay, and I'm
Nice shot.
put the crossbow away and ready my tooth eater and my rapier. And then I'm gonna stay behind the meat shield where I am.
All right. And that's end your turn.
Absolutely.
All right. Next up's Azita, and then
Okay, I didn't
Zeta.
do anything, so
the next player's turn is Taliesin.
Mm-hmm.
okay, let's see here. Meat shield is charging though. I'm not actually charging, but she's gonna move 35 feet forward. And get all up in home owl space.
All right.
And attack twice with her greatsword.
And you're blessed.
So I add a d4 to both my attacks.
Mhm.
Okay. Do it. Wrong thing.
I totally forgot to add my d4.
Radiant greatsword. So this plus a d4. 18 total for the first swing.
You don't just
Well-
get a 4.
Yeah. You
Oh,
roll a
I
d4.
My bad. My bad.
Hmm.
I was confused why he rolled a d4. So. And a 1. So that's 15.
All right. 15 damage. Great sword attacks. Owlbear yells out in pain.
11 damage. Do I add a d4 to that as well?
No.
Okay. And that's the first attack series. Now time for the second attack series.
Well, 23 hits.
For 12 points damage.
Nice. It's taking some serious hits as it rails out. Wow. It seems like you've injured it pretty thoroughly, and it's in this moment. All right. Movement next. Is there anything else on your turn?
Nope, that's it.
All right. You collectively all hear a sort of same howling, hooting bear call that I tried to like make up, and I was like, I can't even imagine what these things do. But it's the strangest noise. This cross between an owl's screech and the like guttural roar of a bear. Squaw! Coming out from that cave, and it is Talison's turn.
Okay. So I would like to basically hop up here. I've got.
It's about 10 feet up.
Okay. So that'd be 20, 30. And then pick up 2 pretty big rocks and chuck them at this guy.
There are plenty on the ground around you.
Yeah, I've got multi-attack. Oh wait, no, multi-attack is 2 fist attacks. I can only do 1 ranged attack, so I will just chuck like a big-ass boulder at him.
Right.
Let's see here.
HP.
And you're
Is
blessed.
It's one of your attacks, right? Like so.
It is an attack,
puts,
yeah.
Puts damage on that list for the.
It's 1d6 plus 3. I can.
Okay.
It says rock, but I mean like a bigger rock. I don't know. So I'm gonna
Right.
throw that, and then I have I have blessed, right?
Yes, I counted you as a creature that I blessed.
Yeah.
And I know it says rock, but I always pictured poo being flung. But they
Yeah.
put that in the book.
Oh my god. Okay. Of course it would bounce off of the one thing, and then 1d4. Yes, I mean it's a 9. It's not gonna hit.
Yeah, you kind of as you go up the climb, you pick up the rock, you go through that lunge, and it just kind of seems to hit up short and kind of off to the side behind it. Once it does hit the wall, though, you see that some more rocks kind of go and sort of tumble down, and there are a few more stones on the ground now surrounding.
Cool. I will just roar real loud and like beat my chest.
Just change the color.
And that's the end of my turn. I can't do anything else.
All right. A few more stones in the ground over here. All right, and that will be now. It's Novak's turn. It's going to be followed by Godwald.
You're muted.
I moved forward. Sorry, I was muted. Where's my thing at? So
I can
Snake-
hardly hear you though, CJ.
Yeah, I had to turn her all the way up.
Yeah, I'll turn up the
I always forget because I either seem to take my microphone and put it like right inside my nostril and breathe into it, or like way over here. No one can hear me. I'm just the worst.
All right. Both of those owlbears are within 90 feet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So for the middle one, I would like to shoot the snake pistol.
Okay, so the one that just came out of the cave.
Yeah.
All right, you're gonna have to remind me what snake gun does because I Barely
Snake
remember.
gun shoots a snake. It holds up to 6 small twigs and stakes. It holds up to 6 snakes.
okay.
As an action, you can fire the pistol and shoot a poisonous snake anywhere within 60 feet. If aimed at a creature, shoot it as a ranged attack. When it hits, it deals 2d4 poisonous damage at the target.
Sorry, did you say 60 feet?
30 to 90 feet. It holds 6. Whether the hit is successful or not, the snake lands in the space adjacent to the target and will act independently for 3 rounds, after which it turns back into a harmless stick.
All right, so I'm gonna find some snakes here real fast, but go ahead and roll your attack.
So it'd be a 7.
There's a 7. A 7 does not hit.
So a snake lands within the vicinity.
Well,
of...
did you roll your 40?
Oh,
Your D4
D4.
attached to it.
Is it 1d4 or 2d4?
1d4, and you're adding it to the D20 roll.
You do it.
Also, 7 isn't your you're at more than that. So you have +2 to hit, with the pistol. So if you're looking at your like actions, stick to snake's pistol, that range 30 to 90. The next thing, the hit, is +2. So your roll is actually 9, and then you're adding this d4, which would be 10, which doesn't pierce the thick, feathery fur concoction of the owlbear, but it does land a snake on the ground in front of it.
The snake.
It's almost as if as you see the kind of like the stick get like goes sort of pulled in through the back and then and launches out, towards it. The stick is still like flying in the air as it turns to a snake, and it's almost like it didn't make it in time. So it's kind of like plops up against it and really get that chance to bite. But that's one attack.
I would like to shoot it again.
Snake pistol.
Snake pistol.
All right.
Like that. So it would be 12 plus 2 plus 1. 15.
15 hits.
So
So what-
poison.
Will do upon a hit.
So when it hits, it delivers 2d4 poison damage.
So roll 2d4. Is there a modifier on that? Let's look. Nope, 2d4.
That's the poison damage, but the normal damage is 1d10 plus 10. 2. 1d10
Mm-hmm.
plus 2, so it'd be 7.
7 damage to the owlbear as the snake goes and bites it out of the air and startled, causing the screech roar. Squaw! I can't even think like how strange that would be. Okay, that's 2 attacks and 2 charges. So you can actually click on your sheet, and it should actually mark the charges off for you. Would you say that you've done it? I think you can even just go click them. You click the weapon and then hit the 2 charges on it.
Done. And then that's all Novak's doing.
All right. Then that would bring us to Godwald's turn. I did not roll super high on these owlbears' initiative order.
So does that new snake do anything?
Lands on the ground.
Does snake even?
They move
See.
independently for the next 3 turns, so unless they're destroyed.
$60 spells. Okay, 60 feet. I'd like to attempt Toll the Dead on the middle owlbear that has been bitten.
All right. I make a wisdom saving throw.
Mhm.
7. Did I make
That
it?
is a fail.
Oh.
I deal 12 necrotic.
Scow! Scow! Someone has to have like come up with what this was. Anyways, I'll try to listen to it when it's done. It's not my turn. You gotta do anything else other than Toll the Dead.
Let's see. Not that, not that. I'll pass.
All right. owlbears finally get to go. First owlbear with a challenging dragonborn in front of it will make its 2 attacks focused on her. This is in total, this is each. First attack goes wide. Second attack as it comes in to bite with its beak. I believe an 18
Yeah, an 18.
plus 7 would hit. Oh wait, actually the first one's
So
plus
both
7.
hit. Yeah, they both
Yeah.
hit.
So wait, 11 beats your AC. 11
It says
meets.
plus 7. The second one it wasn't a 7.
The first one is 6 plus 7, that's 11. Second one is 18 plus 7.
6 plus 7
25.
is 13.
Oh my god. I am so bad with math in my head.
And a
So 13
does hit.
Meets. Alright, so both attacks, both the beak and claw. The claws are 2d8 plus 5 damage.
You didn't rage, did you?
Nope.
2d8
That's 8
plus 5.
5 is 13.
Take 13 slashing damage. And then the beak attack is a d10 plus 5.
Ouch. Okay, I'm definitely raging after this.
7. And that's piercing damage.
Okay, I'm still above half, so we're okay, guys.
But it just claws and bites down. And it's just much more vicious than you'd expected it to be.
Apparently, like, whew, was I expecting this much damage right away?
Alright, and then the second owlbear that has just been bitten by snakes and passes them is going to attempt to just simply move its distance towards you all. To dash and run straight up to you. But magical snakes do get 2 attacks of opportunity on him to bite. So these are plus 5 to hit. And they are poisonous, so. They total at 7 and. No. Yeah, 7 and 17 to hit, so one of them does strike the owlbear for 1 point of poison damage. But he also has to make a Constitution saving throw, or take 2d4. So, gonna be to 10. And it does. The Constitution, I think it actually had a bonus on that too. Yeah, plus 3. That also enables this massive creature to avoid the poison despite getting bitten. Almost like they're like has a. Nope, I was gonna say a resistance, but that's a word in game, and I don't know how to imply that. But it's used its movement to come up. The other one stood the last time, is going to run across 40 and go its full dash. Roaring and yelling, comes to the other side of this watering hole in the earth. That will bring us to Jerk's turn. Next is Azita.
Alright. Well, since this guy's rushing, I'm gonna step at him. And first attack's gonna be with Tooth Eater.
Okay.
How do I keep doing this? $20.
20 hits.
Where did Jerk go?
You just moved him.
And then he vanished.
He's underneath the owlbear in the square.
You moved him too far.
Yeah, I did. I can't grab him.
Can you select that area?
No, he's not.
He's gone.
Can you select the whole map?
There he
and
is.
Okay.
Okay. I was rolling damage, correct?
Owlbear noises. Yes.
Yes, you're rolling damage with tooth.
Perfect.
Man.
All right. So that is 8 damage.
8 slashing damage to the owlbear.
And then-
This one previously unscathed.
Second attack is with the rapier.
Wait, that doesn't make sense.
21.
That's not the unscathed one. Hold on, I gotta fix my numbers. 21 hits.
Damage there is going to be 11.
11 damage. It looks pretty injured.
Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of brace myself if he attacks. I've got uncanny dodge, and that's my turn.
Okay. So one with the offhand and one with the main hand. That brings us to the Zeta's turn.
Okay. So first things first, we're going to bonus action rage.
Rage!
Just
You're pissed off that this thing has come at you as
Yep.
aggro as it did.
So, plant life temporarily grows around you until your rage ends. The ground within 10 feet of you is difficult terrain.
So does it stay in that area, or does it follow you, does it say? Probably just stays in that area?
Doesn't say, it says plant life temporarily grows around you until your rage ends. The ground within 10 feet of you is difficult terrain. Exactly.
Okay.
So I don't know if it would follow me each turn, or if it stays, like...
Does it say it must be a circle?
No, it doesn't say anything like that.
Alright, well it's a radius, and I am deciding that it is a radius, and it's under you, and it's growing these plants as long as you're in the rage. These plants are going to be here on the ground and where you go.
Okay. Now, does that affect me directly, since like I'm in the center of it, or does it only affect those around me?
I believe it affect you as well. It says creates difficult terrain. Wild magic, baby.
Unearthed Arcana.
Okay. So my first attack is going to be against the one in front of me. With my greatsword again. Pew. So does the 23 hit?
23 hits.
Okay, and then this is a +2 damage because of rage. So that's a 14 damage.
14 damage. Owlbear. Numero uno.
Is it still standing?
It is still standing.
Okay, second attack.
It looks
on
injured.
it. So that's 16.
A 16 hits.
15 damage.
15 damage. Your blows with your radiant greatsword kind of glimmering with like, I don't know, is it solar? So yeah, glittering with the brightness of the sun has severely injured it. It seems to be like take it so much that it's sort of staggering a bit, and all of that initial like aggression and yelling, screaming is just gone out of its face as its eyes kind of go wide, looking at you.
So it's scared
Pu-
and whooping the shit out of it.
Its giant owl eyes, pupils dilate up black, it's just staring glossy black darkness at you.
Sucks. Look. But yeah, that'll be the end of my turn.
All right. That will bring us to Talison's turn. Hear
Okay.
more yelling come from in the cave.
So here's the idea that I have. I want to leap off of this cliff and try to use the shove action while I like jump at the thing and use the shove action to knock it down into that pit. I don't know if I get any sort of advantage from jumping off of a 10-foot cliff at it. Also, I have multi-attack, and according to the player's handbook, this would only take up one attack. So I don't know if I could use both to try to shove it to give myself a better chance. I don't know how you'd want to do that.
Like a punch and a kick.
Yeah, I basically want to like fucking torpedo this dude, like spear
Right.
this thing into
Jump down on him.
the pit.
What's your speed movement? 30?
30.
So that means, well, on your strength mod, you should be able to make this 10 foot. How far is it from the edge of this? So, like, let's see if you jump there, that's 10. Give me, I think with your multi-attack and wanting to go advantage on the shove, it's pretty much like same difference as using both, so that works from jumping down. But give me an athletics check to get that extra little bit of the distance, which is +5 for the ape, so this should actually all work out really well for you.
Okay. 17.
Yeah. All right. So you're able to like go down. You're able to like make the running jump, and then you're gonna go and you're gonna try and shove. So we will do contesting strength checks.
Yeah. Do I have advantage with this?
You have advantage
Okay.
because you're gonna use both
Yeah.
multi attacks to do it.
Yeah.
Do you want to see what you have to beat, or do you want? All right.
Alright, so I got a 22 with
It's pretty good.
and a 17 with the other.
All right. So 22. Also have a +5. Was it?
Mm-hmm. Roll it. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yep. So as the monkey ape Taliesin lands down on here, is able to kind of like flying kick out its feet, goes, and just push, shove, and kind of land with a little flip as the owlbear goes sploosh down
Hell yeah.
down 5 feet into the shallow water.
And then I roar at it down there, and I'm just like, "Rah!" and like flexing.
Jerk
I'm
looks and
super
goes.
strong monkey right now.
Jerk goes. Winston? Wait, what?
Yeah, pretty much. I just pulled a Winston move.
Yeah. Right off in the water. Whoosh. It is prone in the shallow water as well. So
How deep
remember
is
to mark
this
that.
pit?
So the surface of the water goes about 5 feet down, and as you can kind of see it there, there's probably about 2 feet of water in it. So it's probably only about 7 feet total, but knocked it off down and prone.
Okay.
So there he is with this little broken back marker. And,
But he would be able to climb out of that, right?
I mean, it's gonna take him a little bit of time.
Try.
I mean, yeah, he can absolutely try, right?
Sure.
If he keeps rolling that once, he's not going to make it. Keep in mind that green crap around me.
I do, I guess,
Is it kind of like vines? Just kind of like vines have grown up around?
as an interaction, I kind of want to just point out the other owlbear to the party and just be like,
Oof,
I'm kind of like
That one's next.
maybe try to. Well, no, just like, hey, there's one over there. Maybe try to like keep this pit in between the two of you guys.
The three of us recognize that there is a third owlbear
Yeah.
that we had not yet seen.
All right.
Oh man, I guess I would have had bless on that too, but I didn't need it. That's good.
On athletics, you do not get bless.
It's just
Isn't it?
attacks.
It's an attack action though, isn't it? To shove is an attack
It
action.
Rules lawyer says when you make a check, it doesn't get blessed.
So the contesting checks, you're not getting. That's an ability check to test the two. So I mean, like, if there was a to hit,
Okay, that's fine. I just didn't know. I mean, because I was just reading
yeah,
the
I see. Yeah, I see
reading the
what you
book.
mean.
It says using an attack action, but I guess maybe it just takes the attack action, but it isn't actually like an attack.
Right.
Yeah, it's a special action.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
So,
Anyways.
all right. But that means it's Novak's turn next, and then Godwald's up. Novak,
So there's
big ape, just drop kicked an owlbear into a pond.
How deep's the pond?
If you're looking from where you're at, looks like it's about 5 feet down into the water. And if you could see a bit about where the owlbear is, although it's prone on its side, looks like it's got about 2 feet of water down in there.
Alright, so if you're okay with it, I would like to use my stick hand, my wand of burning stick hand.
Okay.
I would like to move forward to the edge so I don't hit anybody.
All right.
But it has a cone that's 15 feet from where I'm at. You know, like to cast the first of it, of 3.
which in 3 dimensions would extend down into the pit as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh! Now I'm just starting to think about how would you even. Oh, you really need a 3-dimensional map to really get that right. But yeah, no, you're in there, and you can aim down from there, and use the
Up on
burning
the edge,
hand.
I guess.
I think that actually imposes a save.
Does it impose save? Because I also have
If
to
it's
add
as-
the.
If it's as the spell Burning Hands, then it imposes a save. If it's your interesting wand, I don't know.
It says the burning hand spell, right? So you just
Yeah.
you would just go D&D Beyond, look up burning hands. I mean, I'm surprised it's not in your spell list.
Well, it's like attuned to me, and I have the what it is pulled up.
Okay.
But it's a dex
To
saving
get
throw.
Mm-hmm.
Attack save.
To add a spell with a custom item, you have to go all the way down to spells and add the name of the spell.
And it is prone.
So what else should I do besides roll a 20?
Well, it has to make a dex save. I guess it doesn't necessarily have disadvantage for being prone. It has disadvantage on attack rolls.
So because it can
You
still
have advantage
move,
on attack rolls. Yeah, because it can still move, it could roll around. So it makes a dex save. What was the DC?
It is. Actually, it doesn't say.
either it's listed on the item or it's 8 plus your proficiency plus your highest mental bonus.
Dex save of 11.
It's-
8 plus 3 is 11 plus your highest would be 2. Either intelligence or wisdom, and they were both tied. Plus 13.
Well, it says that the save DC on Burning Hands in her inventory is a dex save of 11. So she could just go to
Okay, yeah.
Well,
And
one of my
it
inventory
takes
doesn't say that.
on a success, it takes half, and otherwise it takes full damage. So
So if you go to the spells tab on your page,
mhm.
it'll say hit / DC Dex 11. That's where we're pulling that from.
I was looking at the equipment. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
So it's able to thrash around in the water and take half of this damage, but you still roll 3d6 to tell how much. Because it got a 15. So then in half takes 5 burning damage. And it's number 3. Oh, when it fell. Well, not quite 10 feet. Alright, but that's number 3 or 1? Yeah, 3. So it takes that 5 damage, and you see that it looks burnt, crispy, and looking very vulnerable. Very weak. Anything else on your turn?
No, that's it.
Okay. Then that brings us to Godwald. Then Owlbears, then Jerk.
Let's see. I can get a good line of sight here. So I'd like to 1, 2, 3, not leaving its range at all, and attempt to toll the dead on the one that the barbarian is fighting.
All right. Wisdom save. 20? Unnatural?
It succeeds. There is no effect, and I pass.
All right. Owlbear 1, looking at desperate urgency to destroy this creature is probably going to kill it, is threatening its life, will attempt to make its 2 attacks on you.
Do those snakes get a turn?
They'll go with Novak. Novak had her turn. I will. Both of those attacks miss as it looks around. As it turns to make another, one of the slashes goes really wide as it's kind of like tangled in the vines and everything's confused, kind of thrashing about against that and thrashing towards you. Hits on the wall and you notice more rocks fall. Not that big. Boom. On the ground next to it as it comes through. And the snakes. They have
Movement speed of 30, and this is 30 towards the thing they were fighting. If they care. Oh yeah, independent.
Yeah, they're independent. They don't
Independent.
really care. They'll kind of attack, I think,
Oh, I didn't want that.
anything
Wanted to D8.
around them.
I
If
just
it's
figure they
a
kind of
snake.
wiggle and do sneaky things.
Sneaky things.
I mean, they could even like run into the mine ahead of us. They only last 3 turns, though, so they got 1 more turn after this.
I rolled dice to see where they went. One went the one way. One went looking to go into the cave. But with this, that was Owlbear 1. Made its mistake. Some rocks fell. Owlbear 3, prone and in the ground or in the water. It stands up using half of its movement and it uses the other half of its movement to climb out. Okay, there, and standing there, coming out of the water, will swipe its attacks at Godwald. Each of these are +7 to hit. So we'll do one, then the other. And I don't believe a 13 hits.
A 13 does not hit Godwald.
You managed to block both this massive paw that comes towards you, and deflect both with your shield. Feeling pretty good about being armored. Wait, you carry a shield, right? Or was that just Pubert? Did I get you wrong? You have a
Today
shield,
I have equipped a shield in my offhand and casting with my free main hand.
right? Well, doesn't your shield bear your religious symbol?
Yes.
Okay. All right. The other owl bear will continue moving. To come up behind Novak and make its attacks at her. /5 + 7 is 12. I don't believe that hits. And 18. I believe that does hit.
18 does hit. 12 does.
All right. So the 10 + 5. You take 11 points of piercing damage. Which then brings us to Jerk's turn, followed by Azita.
Well,
Do I get an opportunity to cast the Hellish Rebuke for somebody that attacks me?
What does the Hellish Rebuke do? I've never been a tiefling.
One reaction for if you take when are hit by a melee attack.
Let her tell me.
It's a
Let her tell me.
Oh yeah, learning experience. Sorry, forgot.
Yes. How should I
one
remember?
reaction when you take in response to being damaged by a creature within 60 feet of you.
All right. Yeah, you can definitely Hellish Rebuke that owlbear.
So you need to have a dex saving throw of 12 against my 20. So I have 11. I don't think that hits though.
I do not make a dex save against your DC. So now what? How am I hellishly rebuked?
I get to make 3d10 damage on you.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's
Damn.
a lot.
Yeah.
It's a skill that default tieflings get, not variant tieflings.
Yeah.
And it only comes into play at tier 2.
Yep. It's super OP.
Yeah. So you
Nice.
You touched me in a bad place.
Yeah. Gets a bit of a claw swipe on you. Your eyes filled with rage. Turn back and cast this spell of Hellish Rebuke, or do you just basically turn back and burn him? Is that what that is?
Basically, he touched me and I didn't like it, so I turn around and I just explode in this rage.
Yeah, you point a finger,
And
as
then
you're surrounded by hellish flames. And he takes, yeah.
I let him off.
3d10 fire damage. All right, so 19 fire damage on Alpha 2. It's pretty serious on the creature that hasn't been injured yet. Wait, no, that's Jerk. What am I doing? Why does that say F9?
Hmm?
Huh.
honestly, like, roll
I
20 is
accidentally-
like being
I
really
somehow-
funny over here.
This is my spreadsheet. I clicked the wrong I clicked the wrong cell, I think, while I had it selected. This owlbear's never been hit, has it? This one?
No.
No, he's fresh.
That one.
Woke
No,
up,
this is
run
three,
around.
that should
Okay.
be full health.
Yeah.
That one was on
Alright,
the left
yeah.
at the start of the fight.
But the hellish flames, burn it, and this horrible screeching comes out. None of the growl, all the pain. And yeah, I believe that then means it is Jerk's turn, followed by Azita.
Alright, well, all that commotion got Jerk's attention. So he's gonna turn around and he's gonna rush to this owlbear. And he's gonna take a swing with Tooth Eater and ask Novak if she's okay.
All right.
Novak will grumble because she's got some bloody wounds, but she's okay.
$24.
All right, 24 hits.
What do I? D8. Alright, it does 8 damage plus sneak attack. Hold on. I always forget how much.
2d6 or 3d6?
I think it's higher now because it's level 5.
Where'd it go? I have too many things available to me right now. Yeah, it's 3d6.
So 8 plus 3d6.
14.
So 14 and 8
22.
22 damage. Good, solid hits on a creature that had previously been looking well rested and refreshed, and it's now a bit bloodied.
Alright, and then my rapier attack on the
And
same
burnt.
owlbear.
Okay. Get it. Get it.
I'm getting it. 19.
19 hits.
And I don't get my damage modifier because this is
Offhand.
offhand.
And your bonus action.
7.
Alright. 7 piercing damage to the owlbear. And it's starting to look pretty injured.
Yeah. Alright, and then I
Alright.
just brace myself, and that's my turn.
Alright. That brings us to Azita, and then Taliesin, you're the next player character.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Azita's going once again. And her great sword at the Skyrim planet. Plus a d4, correct? Is that still under effect?
That's still going.
So that would be a 13 total. Does that one hit?
13 just hits.
We have our target.
Yep.
Oh, it just froze up on me. There it goes. Plus 2 there, so 14 damage.
14.
Radiant
Even what-
damage.
2d6
Because-
plus 4 plus 2 for your rage.
Yep.
So, yep.
Macros.
Yeah. How do you end this owlbear's life? You want me to do it?
Yeah, go ahead and do it.
Okay. All right. So as you've been continually slashing at this owlbear, and it's as it's coming at you, you're just basically trading blows back and forth, slashing, it's slashing about you. It's just like two wild animals fighting, and this one just kind of, as he's reared up and made this wrong attack, exposed its belly to you and just right through it. Its guts spill out, and it falls down dead in front of you.
So, Deado, bye, dude. So, difficult terrain, half movement. I'd like to move 20 feet and get all up in this dude's grill.
Okay.
And since I only attacked once, I get 2 attacks per turn. Can I take my second attack now?
Your extra attack? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that works that way.
It's not clear in the rules, but most DMs say yes because you paid the action.
Alright, sweet. Come on, D4. Trusty D4 right now. No, a 12 doesn't hit. So, yeah.
All right. As you run out of the radius of your vines, and you go out and make this next attack, as you stay there, you notice that another radius of vines sprouts up underneath you,
Stupid vines.
just barely not encompassing Taliesin and Godwall. But all right.
Flower child, leave me alone, society. Alright, on that
Alright.
note, I'm also gonna go for a cigarette.
Okay, it turns out, and that means we have our Paragon. So, as the action has been happening outside over the last 30 seconds or so of this quick scuffle, you've been hearing screaming, shrieking owl noise coming out from the cave, and you see an owlbear charge out, but something seems different about this one. This owlbear seems
more owl than bear.
Yeah, and it moves in a different way, kind of its arms moving up in front of it and running about. And actually, here I could say, I think I can share this image.
If you can you leave it up for when I go back inside to see?
Yeah,
Big boy.
comes like this. I'll leave that up in the corner for. Oops. Leave it up in the corner for her when she comes back.
Thank
But as you see it charge out from this area, it goes up, comes out to this point, and as it's charging and running, it actually launches itself upward. Its 2 great arms seem to unfurl more feather than fur, and as it moves, it jumps up 10 feet and goes out flying off in this direction. So get another 10, and then leaps up. As it runs, goes boom, boom, charging, screeching out of the cave, goes up, jumps up into the air, flying, just very briefly, and as it comes down and lands in front of Azita, it makes its attacks on her.
So does the
And it's
snaky
going to
poop
attempt its. This is
not
yeah.
get
This
an
is
opportunity?
the snaky poo would get an opportunity as it didn't notice it as it ran out. We'll resolve that first.
Scared steak.
Crit.
The snake crits, doing 2 piercing damage.
And can it stay attached?
That's what I was thinking too.
It bites it. I love that you guys want to have. It goes, God, it bites it, gets its snap in, as the creature then goes, flips and takes off. It does have to roll a Constitution saving throw, or take poison damage. Oh shit! It takes poison damage no matter what. It just takes half as much if it doesn't make the save.
Yeah.
It
It's
super makes the
D4.
save, but it makes 2d4. Yeah, so half of 2d4 because it made the save. And it does take 4 poison damage
So
for a grand total of 6. Little snaky bit.
Hey, stinky bits.
The owlbear briefly ascending and then descending right on Azita makes its claw and then bite attacks on her. $15
Hit.
plus 9.
15 just hits.
Yeah, hits. And it uses its legendary action, Trampling Charge.
Shit.
The owlbear paragon moving at least 20 feet in a straight line toward
Um.
you. Hits with a claw attack. You have to succeed on a DC 14 strength saving throw.
Which I have advantage on because of rage.
Hmm?
Ah. Sorry. I was doing wrong macro. So 19 for the first one. Oh wait, not dex. Ignore that. It's the wrong freaking thing to begin with. But 18 plus 6 for strength would be... So yeah, I think I make it. And while doing that, I would also like to use my Radiant Sword's reaction. Which...
Excuse me, sorry, I just had a coughing fit. So you had to make the strength saving throw. You made it with the first one, the 13 plus 6, 19.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
And so,
So you are...
upon being hit at my reaction, I would like that my sword holds. You need to make a Constitution saving throw against my spell DC, which is 8 plus proficiency of 11 plus con mod.
Well, first we're going to do the damage from the owlbear attack and hitting you.
Okay.
Before... Yeah, there we go. So, it's claw attack. First of its attacks. It's 2d8 plus 6. So you take 9 slashing damage from that. And then
Half because of
it would be the
rage,
same. Then this.
so
And then
5 or 4.
4. We've always rolled down. Same goes for them.
Okay.
And then what is this thing? So you got attacked before I move to make the next attack?
Yes, it's reaction immediately after being hit by a melee attack. The wielder can cause the attacker to be blinded until the attacker's next turn, unless the attacker succeeds on a Constitution saving throw against your spell DC. Once used, this reaction can't be used again until the wielder finishes a short or long rest. So my spell DC
Alright.
would be 8 plus my proficiency of 3, which is 11. And then plus my con mod, right?
Wait, let me read your spell. It's too much for me to keep track of it at once. So where am I? I'm
Look
looking
under
at
my equipment,
insurance.
select my Radiant Sword. And it's
Okay.
the second half.
As a reaction, immediately after being hit by a melee attack, the wielder can cause the attacker to be blinded until the end of the attacker's next turn, unless the attacker succeeds on a Constitution saving throw against your spell save DC. Your spell save DC is... You just don't even have spells, so it doesn't even list it.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to figure out if it's con mod. Like, I know it's 8 plus my proficiency mod plus what is the question.
I don't play barbarians. Let's check it out real fast. Unless Oz remembers off the top of his head.
Stuff that barbarians inflict uses the con mod. The radiant weapon source uses the int mod as an artifice weapon.
So it'd be plus my int mod -1, so it has to be at a con of 10.
Okay. Let me get back to that sheet. Con save of 10. So basically the sword shines bright after the owlbear makes its first attack.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
Oh man, you're gonna hate me. Failing its saving throw, it uses its legendary resistance to choose to succeed instead.
I had a feeling it might
Fucking
do that.
hell.
Bosses can do that.
I know, but asshole.
But yeah, that's one less fireball-ish thing it can't choose to succeed again later.
Yep. It will make its second attack the beak attack on you.
Do any of these count as spells, by the way?
No, it's a monster attacking.
Okay.
It's not a
That is-
mage, it's an owl.
Yeah, 18 plus 7 would. Is that D10? Plus 6. You take 11.
5.
Oh, right. Well, yes.
Okay, so Zeta's looking a little hurt. Like, she's at the less than half point.
All right. But trampling charge. All right. Then that's been its movement and its turn. Brings us back to the top of the order. It's Allison.
Okay, there. This one seems pretty hurt, and now there is a new big boy. I'm going to attempt to assist in tanking this thing. So I want to essentially just kind of like leap at it.
So you're gonna try and
I mean I'm gonna just. I was right here, so I was
you can
essentially
stand
like I want to move over to it. I was just saying leap for kind of flavor because I'm basically a gorilla, but I know that
On a Winston shield throw.
you'd be able to standing jump over a 5-foot square, land at another one. Use 5, so you use 20 feet of movement to get to where you're at.
yeah, that's fine. So jump over and then multi-attack it.
All right.
Just try to slam it.
Get some slams.
Cool. 17 for the first attack, and 24 for the second.
They both hit.
Dope. Can I just roll the both damages at once, I guess?
Yeah, go for it.
6.
So 2d6 plus 6.
So that'd be 13 damage.
Yeah, 13 damage. As you approach it and make this attack, you recognize this as an owlbear paragon.
Albaragon.
Heard tales of them in your travels, though you've seen some owlbears, you've never seen one. Never seen one of these. Its arms shaped a little differently, so that it actually is capable of brief flight. Movement and multi-attack.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I would know anything about these things since I recognize what it is. But I can't tell anybody I'm an ape, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's all I'm doing for now. I guess I will roar at it to try to get its attention. Other than, I feel like I did with punching it, but
Right.
yeah,
Over here.
yeah.
Gotcha. All right. And
Well, I used 20 feet of movement, right?
Mhm.
So I'm gonna back up. I guess backing through this stuff would.
Well, yeah, because you're in difficult terrain.
Yeah, so I'll back up 1 square. I'm gonna and like roar at it because I'm trying to get it to come towards me. I'm trying to get it away from everybody else.
Okay. The Owlbear Paragon makes a clawed opportunity attack towards you.
That's fine.
7 plus, is it 9 on that one? Yeah, 9
It hits.
hits. He does 2d8 plus 6 slashing damage. It's a big boy, big and strong. So he gets 12 slashing damage on you.
Okay.
What is your? No, I'm letting you guys keep track of your health. Trusting you on your stuff.
I hadn't gotten hit yet.
All right. Yeah, I realized a while ago it was just gonna take too much effort from me to keep track of that, get that all going. All right, so that's your turn. Then bring us to Novak's turn, followed by Godwald, the next player character. Novak, you're up.
Alright, Novak turns after releasing Hellish Rebuke on this creature and turns my Burning Hand stick upon it.
Burning Hand Stick.
Burning stick. So, Burning Hand stick.
How many times a day can you use the Burning Hand Stick? Is it?
It's only 3 fuses, and I'm using the second fuse. So right now,
Gotcha.
after using this, it has 1 middle finger sticking up to the world.
All right. Let's take this
So does an 18...
red 15 foot cone, right?
Yep. Flips it
Drop,
over
didn't
to
drop.
the creature that hit me.
It's not dropping. Oh, okay. Something weird is going on. Okay, wow. I just like having these on there because it's fun to see where we've cast spells. So it makes a dex save?
Yes.
Alright.
It has to make a dex save of over 11.
It makes a 16.
So making a 16, it gets half damage from my 3d6.
So roll damage.
Which isn't a lot.
So 9 in half would be 4. Lucky owlbear. As you burn it, not this time with the hellish flames of your ancestry, but with the hellish flames of the magical item that you've picked up along the way, and it screeches out and is burnt and does not look very good. Looks fairly injured. Crispy almost, like its feathers are have a burnt smell to them.
So out of a character, because I cast a spell, can I also use an attack? I think that takes out
Well,
my
you used
attack.
a magical item. I don't
Yeah.
think that using a magical item is the multi-attack to work, but
I don't think it
that
does
feels
either.
contradictory to what I'm hearing about this multi-attack earlier. Oz, rules lawyer me. I think using a
attack
magical
reads
item.
that if you have extra attack and you choose to attack with your action, you instead get to attack twice that turn. Using a magic item is listed very much separately from making a weapon attack.
Okay, so yeah, so it is just the one.
So I can
I
attack.
think not.
again.
So because his shove is a thing, it's in there. So I guess yeah, it's
Okay, then I would like to attack him with my heavy crossbow. Sure. Well, no, not.
no,
the
you wouldn't be able to. Is what we're saying.
So I can't make an attack unless it's my rapier or daggers.
Using your bonus action as an offhand weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Would you be okay if I use the daggers?
Yeah, use your daggers.
I use my daggers.
Now, if it's a magical item, do you still get bonuses on damage for that?
It does the damage that it does, so she's not gonna get her like her dex bonus on it, but the magic item does the damage. So
Okay.
so for hers, it would be instead of 1d4 plus 2 plus 1d4, it's just 2d4.
after rolling a 20.
Yeah, after you have to hit him.
Right.
And we know the number to beat is 13.
Please, 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 deal. I feel like it's not. Oh, it's not. Well, do I still get the?
Yeah, you still get
Attack
your
bonus?
attack bonus, but you don't get the damage bonus.
So what's the total?
I don't know.
Plus 5. So that would be 16. 16 hits.
16 hits.
So roll 2d4.
Oh, please do me something. 11.
11? How do you kill
Or-
this bugbear?
No, 5.
No, she heard the
5?
noise, but the chat hadn't
Oh.
updated yet. So
It's 5?
Yeah.
How do you kill this bugbear? It was very weak.
Or owlbear.
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 Sorry.
If it was a
Owlbear.
bugbear.
I've said bugbear so many times. Just over the years
Yeah.
that we played? Yeah.
So what did I finish it with? I was using the daggers. I
Mhm.
would come up to it, jump in the air, doing the whole spinning Assassin's Creed bit. Knock it out. Kind of like the finishing move off of Destiny.
So you first pull your burning hand stick and burn it, and seeing that it hasn't quite died from it, she spins, shoves the dagger in, pulls the dagger out. No visible wound is left, but the owlbear falls down dead. Alright. If that is your turn, unless you move anywhere, it is Godwald's turn. The next player character is Jerk.
okay, that's down. That's down. That thing is scary. Like, very, very scary. Things off. I'd like to use my bonus action to summon my spiritual sword in the square in front of me.
Alright. I have your spiritual sword right over here. I brought it today. Should be able to move it. Alright. And
Let's see, mark off the slot. And make the attack on the smaller bear. And it's a crit.
what's the damage?
How do we do crits
Crit
here?
hits.
Crits is auto damage on one and you roll the other.
I like it.
Yeah.
For 17
Nice.
in force.
How does the spiritual weapon destroy this owlbear?
Well, it looked like it came flying in, aimed straight for the neck.
The smaller one.
Wait,
This-
the legendary one or the non-legendary one?
The non-legendary one.
right. So as the spiritual weapon summons out, just in one swift motion into its neck, severing spine, and Owlbear falls down dead.
Then I'll move here and use my main action to toll the dead on the legendary bear.
All right. Legendary bear. Wisdom save. Wisdom save of 4. Did I make it?
That fails unless you choose to succeed.
Yeah, it will.
Okay, then I pass.
All right. Then next turn goes to none of the owlbears, but Jerk.
All right. Can I reach the owlbear from here?
Can you
No,
reach the
because you
owlbear
take
from there?
5 extra. Like it costs 5 extra feet for this one space.
The
I've-
vines growing up in the ground around her.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but my movement speed will get me there.
What
Do
is
you
your
have 40 points?
I can. So it'll get me here then, I guess.
so 20? Yeah, 25,
I've got-
30 will be there.
20. This would be 30.
Yep.
Okay. I will go there. And I'm going to. Since it's kind of crowded in here, I'm just going to look at the owlbear and I'm going to yell, "Owls are cute and bears are cute. How the fuck did you turn out like that?" And he's going to have to make a wisdom saving throw to beat 13.
All right.
You're mocking this thing?
Mhm.
Okay.
Viciously as well.
It fails.
All right.
For real?
It fails for real. What is the effect of Vicious Mockery?
It's going to take psychic damage.
Okay.
2d4. So it's going to take 4 psychic, and then it is going to have disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
All right.
Then I'm just going to chill.
Stand in the vines. All right. That'll bring us to Azita's turn, and then Talisman's the next player character.
I'm gonna swing on this big ugly thing in front of me twice.
What about snakes?
The snakes are far away.
I know, but they've got one more turn to move, and one's attached to him, isn't it? Because it rolled a crit.
Well, you rolled
No,
a
you guys
crit.
just really wanted that to happen.
Oh,
I asked and there was not a yes.
Okay, so I think both a 17 and a 26 hit.
30. 17 and a 26 would hit, yes. I'm just going to roll for the snake's movement since we're all very interested in them.
Okay, so
They could do a dance so they can make babies. I mean, we don't know what they're gonna do.
they poof out of existence in a couple
So 10
minutes.
damage on the first one,
They're going into the cave.
and 15 damage on the second one, so that is a total of 25 damage.
In magical radiant.
Yep,
Magical
radiant.
damage.
Because you have a lightsaber.
Yes, I do.
What was the total? Sorry.
25.
25. Boom. Big hit. All right. Was there anything after that? Her
No,
attack?
sorry.
Nothing.
Done.
Okay,
I
so
like zonked out for a second, but yeah, no, that's it. That's all I could do.
with the Zeta's turn over, Paragon starts its turn. Stands. And as it rears up, it makes a piercing screech. Every creature within 60 feet of the owlbear that can hear it must succeed on a DC 12 Constitution saving throw or become incapacitated.
So that's the whole party. And
15? You
a
said
reminder
it
that-
beat a what?
It has to be to 12.
you get your D4.
So I see a success from Zeta.
Novak said she was going for a cigarette. I don't know if she's back. I can
She's
roll
still
that.
here. She's still here.
I'm here.
Okay.
So I have a 14
Fuck.
or 12. 12. I have a 12. 14.
Okay.
10.
So-
Hang on.
Novak and Taliesin, you both have to roll a d4 and add it to those numbers.
Yes.
Sure.
I got a
Did it?
9.
You got the 10.
I got 14. Does that do it?
Plus a
So you
4,
make it?
so it's an 18.
No, it's 14.
You're trying to beat a 12. So
Well, her con mod is 14, is plus 4 as well, so she would have rolled an 18 altogether.
okay, well the 14 would have made it too. So I think Taliesin and Jerk are both affected.
Godwald.
I'm affected.
Godwald? Oh, and Godwald is affected. Okay.
I think Trick
Nope.
No,
I got
never
10.
mind. Yeah.
So you're incapacitated. Basically, this creature seeing its brethren like being destroyed, its flock essentially, are being killed around it, lets out this terrible scream, causing you all to just anyone who basically wasn't prepared, was too close, just pulling down. You're incapacitated for 1 minute. You can repeat your saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
Dang.
Does the disadvantage affect that at all?
It's not a
saving
melee
throw for
attack.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not an attack.
Nah. All right. I feel attacked.
you.
It doesn't have to roll for an attack though. It's just an
Yeah.
Yeah,
AoE.
I can't roll disadvantage on your saving. So
I put the really scared of an owlbear condition on me.
okay, the owlbear beats its wings and flies up 20 feet and lands back down.
Do I get an attack of
Outside.
opportunity on that?
Yeah, you would.
Oof.
Plus my 4, plus my d4? Yeah. so the
14?
14.
14 hits.
And that's going to be for 16 damage.
16 damage. All right. So incapacitated.
I'm so happy that you started adding music. It's
It
Really
really keeps it a lot
enjoyable.
more interesting. Yeah, it's way more interesting.
I just got scared because I heard footsteps behind me.
As that ends the Paragon Owlbear's turn, which brings us to Taliesin. So
Okay. All I can do is roll a saving throw.
I believe so. You can't take actions or reactions.
Okay. So D20 plus 2. Alright, that's a 13. So I beat it.
All right. So you end your turn shaking off this horrible screech. Your elven hearing was not a boon in this situation.
I mean, I'm still an ape, so.
Oh
But-
well. I
But
was
my
trying to
my
flame
ape ears are fucked up.
it. Yeah.
So yeah,
Alright.
Do you shift
Uh,
into the hear no evil pose?
yes, I do. I covered my ears.
Which, with the effect ended, brings us to Novak's turn.
Who also- No, she made it.
Unaffected by the screech. Well, not super affected. She'll take out her heavy crossbow and shoot at this creature. Do I still get a D4?
Yes.
Okay. So it is. Is it gonna do it? Here we go. 9. Does a 9 hit?
A 9 does not
And,
hit.
and what's your 2 hit?
What were you attacking with?
My heavy crossbow.
So you get a plus
2?
5 to that.
It's under your plus.
Under
yeah,
your
th-
actions, if you go heavy crossbow.
Yeah, I think you're kind of focusing on your equipment page. So under the actions tab.
Oh, yeah. See it. Sorry, I was looking at my equipment page.
That's
So I
okay,
get a
but it's an
plus 5.
important modifier. Yeah,
Yeah.
so what's the total?
So 5 plus 4 plus 5. So 14.
14 hits.
14 hits. And then I get a nice D10 plus 2. So 10.
10 damage. As a heavy crossbow bolt sinks into the owlbear paragon. It looks glad it wasn't flying.
But from there, I'm not going to move any closer because he's kind of scary. And that ends my turn.
All right. Then that will bring us to Godwald, who is also incapacitated. And then it will be Jerk the next turn.
All right. At the end of my turn, do I get another save?
You do. The DC is 12. Con.
I do not pass.
This just, it's like a few seconds of it, just the ringing ears and the blaring noise is just still continuing to disorient you. And that would bring us to Jerk's turn.
Okay.
Jerk, you're also incapacitated. And you can make a attempt to save at the end of your turn, which would be this. Now, incapacitated, the way I'm reading this, can't take actions or reactions. Movement
I don't.
isn't
think so.
included in that. Yes! Yeah, you save. So incapacitated is over, and your turn ends.
So you think we can move while we're incapacitated?
Because you're not restrained. You're not grappled, you're not restrained. You're incapacitated. You can't take actions or reactions.
All right. That'd be 10, 20, 25.
Yeah, just think of it like through each step
Well,
is
it's 10 foot, so it's going to take you 20 extra feet to get out of this crap.
Okay.
Or
so you're 5,
No,
10,
it's gonna
15,
take me
20,
10 extra
25.
feet.
25.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I'm gonna go right
it
here.
has 20 feet.
25 to get right there.
How would it be 25 if it's a 10-foot radius? That's what I'm not understanding.
He's standing here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Okay. So,
Cool. So I will be there, not incapacitated.
Mhm.
Which brings us to Azita's turn. Actually, the same thing though. Godwald, Taliesin. The way I'm reading that, I mean, because it's not like a lot of the other
Compared to
things,
the-
which would also
yeah.
restrain you or grapple you or something.
What?
Compared to previous editions that use the phrase move action, this just says move up to your speed. I would agree with this ruling.
Yeah.
But I also would not move any closer to the thing at this time.
Okay. So,
So Novak, you're up.
Novak, you mean Azita?
Oh, and I suppose
Azita.
Taliesin, if you wanted to move a few squares, you got that there from your
Yeah,
before.
Azita's up, not Novak then.
Azita.
I thought all I could do
Sorry.
was try to pass it at the end of my turn.
So,
Oh, that's right. That is the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Well, no. Well, so here's the thing: is you can't take actions or reactions, but you're not grappled, you're not restrained, so there's nothing restricting your movement. You just can't do stuff.
Well, I passed mine the second time, so I'm no longer incapacitated by this.
Yeah. So let's just move on. We'll move to Azita's turn.
Yeah.
okay, so Azita, being used to things screaming in her face constantly, is just going to run up to it and attack twice again.
Can you make it through all that rough terrain?
Yeah, I have 40 feet of movement.
Yeah, it's 25 for her to get
Cool.
there.
Yeah.
All right. So you go and make an attack.
7 plus my, or 9, that's a d4. Come on, get a 4. No. Oh, no, because I don't get my +2 on that.
So your first attack does not
Oh,
hit.
yeah. Yep, nope, 12 doesn't hit, does it?
Nope.
$13
Plus your D4.
plus my d4 to see if it hits. 2,
It hits.
16. 14 damage total.
Owlbear takes 14 damage. Its shriek turns down to the other end of the spectrum to a more guttural growl as it looks at you and sizing up how to bite you. But anything else on your turn?
Nope, that'll be it.
All right. Which then brings us to the Paragon. As it, Owlbear Paragon stands on its hind legs and begins to beat its wings with one of its legendary actions. Each creature within 10 feet must succeed on a DC 16 dexterity saving throw.
Wait, do I see this?
This is in front of you, and you're the person affected.
So yes.
Yes, you're being
Awesome.
required to
I
make a
can
DC
see
16 dexterity saving throw.
if that gives me advantage.
Oh, on dex saves?
Yep.
Right?
As long as I can see it. 14. I don't
And you-
make it.
and
Oh
you
wait,
get a
my
D4.
D4, right?
You get blessed for a save like this.
Yes, 18.
So you succeed. You are not knocked prone as it.
Oh, can I get my
The
vines
swing.
back?
Oh well, they did come at the end of your turn, didn't they? So
Yeah.
there is another collection of.
And we're on turn what? Like 6 of combat?
Oh, actually, I think you're at 7.
7? Okay, I
Those are
got
shorter rounds.
3 rounds left on what I have left on.
As it's beating its wings, and you're managing to hold back from being knocked prone and knocked away from it, This gust of wind kind of comes up. It moves up slightly enough just to come back down and attempts to strike at you from its position up in the air. Now, while it moves, it's 30 feet up in the air. You do get an attack of opportunity on it, unless you've used your reaction since your last turn. Wasn't your reaction that save?
No, I wasn't
not your-
affected.
Getting advantage on the save is a static class feature and does not
Okay.
require any actions.
All right,
Yeah,
cool. So you get
that
your attack of
sounds
opportunity.
interesting.
So you get your attack of opportunity.
Yeah. Oop, oop. Aw. 9 points of damage.
All right, takes 9 points of damage, and comes as you get a swipe off. It's beating its wings up and away, and then some comes back down. Very similarly to how Taliesin jumped down off of a cliff. It's now coming down at you from the air and from above, making its claw attack. Which is 9 plus 9, 18 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
2d8 plus 6. Plus 6 would total 17. Half of that rounded down, 8 damage.
Zeta's not looking so good, guys.
Almost landing on you, but in front of you, it makes a beak attack. Which gets a 12.
That misses.
12 misses. That's out. And it's now in front of you. Screeching, scrawling. And then it would be Talison's turn. Back at the top of the order.
Okay. I'm trying to decide on how I want to deal with this. So shit.
Yeah, Zeta was real hurt.
So okay, so I am. What is my radius on this? Yeah. So I'm going to use a bonus action to revert back to my normal shape,
All right.
and then
Go get Taliesin over.
yeah, and then yell to Azita. You're probably gonna want to back up as I cast Erupting Earth underneath the owlbear.
I don't have time to back up. Shit. Okay.
I'm going to. It's a 20-foot cube centered on a point, so I can do it away from you to where it wouldn't hit you, but it would hit it.
Yeah, here, just for the fact that I love seeing these things down here, I'm gonna give you a purple 20-foot square.
Cool.
I'm just kind of.
So I will do it like right here. So it needs to make a dex save of 14.
All right. That's one.
Fail.
Right.
It gets a 13 and uses its last legendary resistance to succeed on a save.
Oh, god fucking damn it.
Yeah, I know, right? Everything we're
Bad
throwing
things
at
come
it.
in sets of 3.
Bad things do come in sets of 3. I know you were waiting for that, Godwald. When I didn't do it the last, I was like, I will accept this.
I was gonna say it also becomes difficult terrain, but it's already in difficult terrain.
Does that make it extremely difficult terrain?
That's
Is
not
there
a thing.
an extremely? I don't think that's a thing.
No, it's just it upgrades to impassable terrain.
So he
That
can't move.
requires special ruling, but it can fly.
No.
Yeah, it would have to fly, I guess. in order to move.
Which it can do.
Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty much all I can do until my next turn. I already used an action and a bonus action, and I don't really want to move anywhere, so I can't really move a whole lot of places because Zeta's made everything rough terrain. So
And it's chasing her around the
yeah. So yeah, I'll just stay here.
routing up wherever she goes.
All
alright, so then-
close to as a barbarian.
Yeah.
This is going pretty well. But it is now Novak's turn, followed by Godwall. Oh, and then the snakes will move. Snake decisions.
Snakes are gone.
Oh, they only last
3 turns.
3 turns? Oh no, snakes, we miss you.
They
I'm
sticks
moving them.
again.
I'm just gonna move them to the map layer, and we'll remember that those are sticks. Novak, you're up. Where you at, girl? We can't hear you.
She's muted.
Am I able to hit them from where I'm at? Because the terrain changed, or
Yes.
Yeah, you can fire
Three.
everything.
It does not provide any cover or obscuring effects.
okay? Well, then I'm gonna.
I would
shoot
say the most disadvantageous piece would be the fact that there's a dead owlbear body in between you and it. So you probably want to, if you're gonna take a bolt shot, just go get yourself a straight line without that big old body in the way.
So if I hold on, give me 2 seconds.
You could
So-
probably
If I run
to the other side of the
forward
lake.
over here,
you're gonna run into those vines that are on the ground.
yeah, that's awesome. I'll just run to the side. If I run to the side, I can still hit him. So run to the side of the lake. Novak runs to the side of the lake. And she shoots her heavy crossbow again. At this owlbear.
Shoot it.
Shoot it! 18!
+5. Plus. I
A
think
D4.
plus
A
a
D4.
D4.
So
It
at
hits.
least 24.
Yeah. Why couldn't it be a 19? She crits on a 19.
I know, I wish it was.
It was so close.
Okay, so it's a 25.
Yeah,
This is
well, the
25
25 hits. Oh, yeah, super hits.
Sure. So a D10 plus 2. So 5. That sucks. Why can't I roll that high?
Alright, so it does 5 damage. It's your first attack. 5 damage on the owlbear. It's starting to look pretty damaged.
Did I get my second attack?
If you make it. If you want to try.
I always want to try it. So 14 plus 5 plus 4. 18.
18 hits.
23.
23 hits too.
Please. Please do damage. Fucking 7.
With incredible accuracy on your crossbow bolts, exactly where you'd aimed. You realize as it was kind of fluffing up its wings and picking up the way it had kind of managed to avoid this crumbling earth spell that happened underneath it, you get this perfect opportunity to get a spot right in through the wing arm, and your bolt just goes straight in through it, and you see that the owl just kind of wiggle around, thrash a bit, and fall down, just kind of wiggling, screaming, screeching, and falls dead.
Sweet.
You have defeated the Owlbear Paragon!
Sweet. I'm
Congratulations.
Stealing well, it has a beak. I'm stealing its beak.
Alright. Since we're out of combat, I'm gonna toss Azita a healing potion. And
Well,
it's for next time. It does 2d4 plus 2 hit point.
So it's a regular potion of healing.
Yep. So I'm gonna hand her off one of those. Well, don't use it now. That we have
Oh.
healers that can heal you.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Then I won't roll it now. But you're gonna hand that for later.
Yeah. I'm gonna say you probably need this a little more than I do.
And we
Sweet.
totally let that fly because you rolled before you said what you were rolling for. So, of
Lies.
course, it doesn't apply.
You enjoy rolling dice.
Yeah, I do. I do.
It's fun. Yeah, but you guys managed to route the owlbears, this nest that had come and moved in into Wave Echo Cave.
Owlbears don't have teeth, do they?
No,
Yeah,
No, they have
beaks.
beaks.
No, they beaks. I wanted to go ahead.
I was just gonna say, before we moved into cave, if I could pick up these sticks, my snake sticks, to reload my gun.
Yes, you can pick up both of those sticks.
I wanted to
Also,
try.
on future adventures, if you're like, I would like to go collecting 6, we can have you like roll for survival to see how well-shaped twigs you can find for that. So you could always have like a backup of them, but only 6 can be loaded in it at a time.
Sneaky
And then
sticks.
Azita
Just
can
a
fetch
bag
them.
of sticks.
Yeah. And what were you saying, Taliesin?
I wanted to try to see if I could do to the Paragon what I did with the first owlbear and make like a headdress out of it.
Yeah, you're probably gonna need some help to get that head off of the creature.
On it.
But
Azita's already chopping its head off, like no problem.
yeah.
Yeah, it might be the kind of thing that would take a bit of time. So I don't know if you guys are gonna what your plan is.
I don't know. Do we want to take a rest because I burned some spells there, and
I would like to be healed before anything.
So
well, why
Do
don't
you need a
we could
short
take a
rest or a
short
long rest?
rest? We could take a short rest.
quick update.
Which means you could
Owlbears
all roll-
have teeth.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think they do because I was looking at the picture of them and it shows some in screaming.
Okay, so I would like to take the teeth from the owlbears.
Did you like look up? Do owl bears have teeth?
I did.
Or what did you? I love it. I mean, they got a bite attack. That could be a beak attack, right? Yeah, look at that. Yeah, they got some. So you got some dead bodies. You get some owlbear teeth from. All right, so you want to get some owlbear teeth. Azita is going to help Taliesin cut the head off of this Paragon owlbear. And
Can Novak just get like one feather from one of its wings?
I would like to try to. Essentially, I want to try to use survival, if possible, to make like a headdress cloak kind of thing, like almost.
so we'll talk about that. It would take some time. So are we sticking around here? You guys are gonna do a short rest here. So you're gonna take like your hour, roll some hit die. So that's the thing, Novak. When they're saying we could take a short rest, during a short rest you can roll hit die, and you get those HP back.
So a short rest is 1 hour per hit die?
1 hour total.
Yeah, and then
I
you can
just
roll
said,
as
like,
many hit die that you have that you want to use before your next long rest, where you would gain those hit die back. So you should have a number of them on your. Where does it tell you how many hit die you've got?
I have 5 hit die, so
Most characters get 1 per level.
Mhm.
Okay, I was gonna say because it's not on the sheets, but most of the games we never end up doing this. And your hit die depends on what your class is.
yeah,
So
mine's a D12, so I would like to roll 3 hit dice plus
Yeah.
6.
If you click on the short rest button at the top, it'll tell you how many hit die you have.
21 plus 6 is 27.
thank you for that. I'm glad to know. Yeah, and which one it is. So Novak, if you go to your
Yeah, I
if you
have
click the short
a
rest, you have a
1d10 plus 1. Yeah.
So of a total of 5. So you could roll up to that number. So she just rolled 3 to get that back plus.
+2 for each
One.
level, so it'd be a total of 26. No, 27.
Is the bonus stack too?
Uh,
I mean, I'm okay
It
with that.
says 1d12 plus 1. Or +2.
so
Right.
normally you'd roll them one at a time
Yeah. Then instead
and
I
add
just
the
rolled,
bonuses.
Okay.
Instead I just rolled all
That's fine.
3 and clubbed the bonus together.
Okay. So Azita's spending some time after. Yeah, like, well, she's gonna spend some time resting
Yeah, she needs
to get
her
some of her
hour
energy
rest. Okay.
back. And I don't know if anyone else is rolling hit die.
I'm fully.
rest?
I have full health, so I'm
So
just
okay.
gonna. I think I get my spells back though.
If you click short rest, it should do it for you if it does.
Yeah.
'Cause certain classes do, not all of. Like a wizard's not gonna get its spell slots back, but a fighter is gonna get its action surge back. So like, had Novak used action surge in there, should get it back after the short rest.
I get channel divinity back, so before you apply those dice, I can give you some healing for free if you were hit really bad.
I was hit really bad. I took a total of 27 damage there.
So what's your current health?
After doing the hit dice, I am missing 9 hit points.
And what's your normal maximum?
50.
Ew, metagaming. Ew.
Yeah, right. I have 41 hit points out of 50 right now.
I thought I did get.
Most
So I'm at
casters
80.
don't get their spells back.
Don't
I
worry
thought I
about
got
it.
something after.
It's because
Yeah.
casting's so powerful. It's like one of the things that starts balancing out like the fighter, because she can get her action surge back, which
Like,
Yeah, maybe
really
I'm
improves her
thinking-
action economy.
I might be thinking that I, as I used to play a fighter, so I might be thinking of something like that. Okay, that's fine.
Warlocks get it. Fighters.
Yeah.
With my power, set yourself to 25 and then apply your short rest healing.
So
If you're going to bump me up to 25, I wouldn't have needed to heal that much. Because, let's see here, that would have done... Wait, I was at 13. You applied 25 to me.
No, I can only get you up to 25. Like this,
Okay,
this kind of
so-
healing can't get you above
How
half of
many
your points.
So
How
you're
many are
maxed
you
now.
gonna
So
get
you're
me?
maxed now. You're
Yeah.
maxed now. You already rolled the die, and he's applying it. So we'll retroactively apply his because he can get you up to 25.
If you were
rolled
at
the die.
13 out of
Your-
50, I can give you 12, and then you get 27 from this. So that's nothing has been wasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you already rolled them. So I don't know if anyone else is damaged or whatever.
So I was just gonna do a short rest healing then on my character because it'll bump me back to where I'm supposed to be.
Okay, so you enroll your hit die.
Yeah, which is the 10, right?
1d10
it's a
plus
D10.
whatever.
And you have 5 possible, so you could be like, see one and be like, oh, I want to use another. You don't
I
have to
just
roll
knew it
all
would
3
take
at
me
once.
at least 3 to heal up decently. That's
Yeah,
why I
you're
did
good.
all 3 at once.
So Novak, roll a D10 plus 1.
So it's a 10.
So you get 10 back
Mhm.
if you need to roll more. Or you
Well,
want to. You don't even
I
have
think I
to if you
only
want.
lost 11, so I'd be 38 instead of 39.
Yeah, you should be fine.
Yeah,
And then you can keep those if you guys go in the cave and more.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like that.
I'm the only one who was hurting for help.
You were
All
in the
right.
front. You rushed in. That is what happens.
I'm a
So-
barbarian. My job is to rush and kill.
Just
So-
making an observation.
So Taliesin wants to see if
So instead of
save-
cutting off the head, I will leave the head and skull and teeth and all that for Jerk in them, but I want to try to skin the thing, like, so I can make basically just like a leather cape with a hood.
The whole thing?
Did you bring leatherworkers tools?
Not the whole thing, just like enough to do so.
enough to give yourself a feathery furred cape.
Yeah, with like a hood. Like I want to like,
Enough to do. Okay.
yeah, like to see
Alright,
if I
so-
can do
So
use
let's
some
do.
of the head, like where like the crazy eyebrow tufts come up. I want that to be like on top of my head.
Okay. Then you roll either for your class, let's say a survival or medicine check.
Yeah, I'll do survival. Come
They were
on.
probably the same for you, weren't they?
Survival's better, but my medicine's pretty good too.
Okay.
Azita will do whatever
Wisdom
she
traits.
needs to help people collect the
I'm
parts she
going to
needs.
use my inspiration because I want this.
Fair. Totally fair.
He wants
Put
to
it out
look
there
like
again.
he wants to look like what
16.
Rowlet evolves into.
I was
What
thinking
Rowlet
more
evolves
of
into. Did he post it in the chat?
No.
Oh, did
I
you?
would have expected I would have expected an image of the. But anyways, so as you
16.
spend some time, as everyone else is resting and doing it, you spend some time where you're able to skin this. You think it's something that, maybe with more time, you've got the base leather, body of it. You've got the material. Probably be able to make this maybe with the help of the leather worker. Maybe more time spent later.
Okay.
Fashioning it into a cloak, but you've got the material successfully obtained from that owlbear paragon's body. You notice that it's unlike most of the other owlbears, where they do have a sort of combination between fur and feathers. More like feathers seem to come off spots on the arm. This does have much more feathering.
Yeah,
Slightly different.
and I'll give Novak a feather or two if she wanted some off the wings, but I do want to try to make the wings into like. I want to have
a
like.
feather.
Yeah, I do want to make the wings into like my arm.
You could take a couple. You could take a couple feathers off sides, keep it even.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So give her that, but then I guess I will just make a custom equipment.
Yeah, you could probably just throw it in your other items under equipment for the timing.
Okay.
Other possessions.
Other
Probably
possessions.
Probably the easiest is make that list. We don't have a value for it or anything yet, so we'll
Did you
worry
tell
about
us what color the great owlbear was?
that. Yeah, I think its picture's still up there.
So he's the gray one.
Mm-hmm.
He's like big gray, brown, and black guy.
No, I'm happy with that. Yeah. I want
Looks
one of
pretty
those.
cool.
You probably, if you look, you could probably find a feather of a couple of the colors, like on that palette, up from like a lighter brown down to a very dark brown.
So I'm already wearing like the owlbear headdress that I made.
Mm-hmm.
So this will match the style, my aesthetic.
Theme aesthetic. All right, but yeah, you guys are able to obtain these things. I think the only person in here is if Godwald. Is there anything you wanted to do?
No, I have to gradually recover from that happening. I thought we were just gonna walk up to the cave.
How many teeth?
All right, yeah. Well, we're gonna roll for them, and I want you to. There are 4 bodies, so roll me a d12 out of each owlbear body to see how many you could obtain from these rows of sharp teeth in the back of their mouths. All right, so you managed to collect 16 teeth, but in one of them, like the Paragon's mouth, they all seem just like so sharp and jagged, but also brittle. You cut yourself 1 point of damage. That's that one roll. You go prick and you prick it, just like a cut on on your wrist.
Cool.
You're like, nah, fuck that one. I don't need. I got a bunch of others. I'm good. Yeah. All right. So you guys have encountered some creatures nesting here. It's 10:33, so I would like to get a glass of water. I'm very thirsty. We could keep going on into the cave if you like, but kind of talk about what you want to do while I go and come back.
What do you guys want to do? Should we keep going tonight, or?
I think we should call it, because once we get in the cave, we're not going to want to stop, like, right away.
Sure.
I mean, I kind of agree with that because I know Jared had one of the snakes kind of go into the cave before us. So I don't know what that started up. There could be something right inside the cave door now that's active.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm fine with stopping here. Let's
No,
see.
like, I want to keep playing. Like, I want to see where the cave goes. I want to play the cave.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're gonna go in there, but I agree with Chris that if we go in now, we're gonna keep playing for probably a couple more hours.
Man, we show those owlbears who's boss.
I think you guys killed them very quickly.
I was a little worried when the Paragon came out. I know owlbears are pretty tough on their own. I mean, honestly, because it's like, shit, you know, like you. I mean, you guys have. I think all of you pretty much have more health than I do, and I really don't have a whole lot of armor. Well, I'm not bad now that I have this shield, but
Yeah,
if I,
yeah.
you know,
Well,
doesn't
I was thinking
doesn't
about
take
it.
too long to, or it takes one mistake to really get super fucked up.
Oh yeah, well I'm stuck wearing leather, so
Yeah, same.
So after the great owlbear creature came out, I was wondering after I got bit by one of my snakes and has like constant necrotic damage. I don't think that damage was taken into account for
The,
that creature.
the what?
it's
So, like,
saved.
Snakes.
It
The
saved
snakes
its Constitution saving throw, so it wasn't poisoned.
Okay, so CJ's been muted. This
so it
Yes.
wasn't poison.
No, it wasn't
So-
poisoned. It saved on a Constitution saving throw,
Okay.
which means the poison didn't affect it.
So my snakes were just like slippery little things.
Yeah, it did like
around.
6 points of damage, but it didn't maintain that poison.
Poison wasn't toxic enough to hurt it.
Yeah, they're
That
fun.
residual poison.
If your weapon does more things than we knew about, you need to declare them ahead of time.
Well,
So
they
yeah,
do
so it
attack
initially
they,
does.
like save. Yeah.
If it hits, it initially does 1d10 plus 2. Then the snake bites it, and if that bite works, it's going to take 2d4 poison damage on top of that. Then it's a snake, and it might
Yeah.
just bite him again.
No,
Poison damage in this
Oh.
game works differently than in other things where it's not like a consistent damage, like over time kind of thing. It's just like a damage type.
Well,
there
there's
is residual poison damage, but
There
he
it
can-
You can
specifically
be
states it.
poisoned. You can be
you
poisoned.
guys are making it so confusing. Sarah, there is the type of damage, like there's the type of fire damage. There's poison damage. You can also
no, like I
be
understand what
poisoned.
everybody's saying. It's
Well, so the additional part to that though is that there is a condition called poisoned, which is different from poison damage.
Oh, I didn't think it was like continual. I was thinking like it could possibly be another thing. Like he bit
Poison
you,
condition.
and then maybe you get a little bit from it from the next round.
That would be the poisoned condition.
Okay.
And anytime that something is poisoned, they get a chance to roll a Constitution saving throw. If they pass that throw, then the status effect doesn't go into effect. They're not poisoned. If they
Yeah.
fail that roll, then they are poisoned until they pass the roll.
And the condition of poisoned does not mean you take more poison damage. Condition of poisoned means you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. So, if you had something that caused the poisoned condition, then that puts them in a bad spot.
Yeah.
So
it
I
also
guess,
puts party at a huge advantage.
so I guess right now saying that I went and gathered up my snake sticks. Do I get to reload my snake gun?
Yeah, just takes 5 minutes to load. You guys are taking an hour-long rest. Are you taking the hour-long rest here outside the cave, or are you going back to camp?
I
Mm.
assume we would
I
just
think
take
we're
it
taking
here.
out the
Yeah,
cave.
might as well
yeah.
just take it here.
chill here.
Okay.
Lick our wounds inside the cave and get ready to go in. So I have a full snake gun again.
Nice. All right. Now we decided we're gonna call it here because once we go in the cave, we're probably gonna get caught up.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hit the stream. Good night, internet.
All right. Good night, internet.
Bye.